How you doing? I'm Lynette. Telling you some news about some things people need to get some knowledge about. People think tobacco is a problem. Long time ago, people got cancer and they were smoking, but not everybody got cancer from cigarettes because they didn't have the cigarettes with the cancer in it and the addiction in it that people put in it to make you sick. God the Father made the tobacco plant and planted it in the earth for us. They have cigarettes, cigars, and they chew tobacco too. Which you got to brush your teeth with bacon powder, Arm& Hammer, baking soda to get the yellow stains off your teeth from the cigarette tobacco. Because cigarette tobacco is pretty strong, and in time it brown your teeth a little bit, so you need to use the Colgate with the whitening and the baking soda. It keeps it clean. But people had put cancer in and addiction, and now they put other stuff now and then that's different than that right now. And everybody's saying that you could get cancer from cigarettes. No, not from all of them. Just the only ones that they put that cancer and addiction in those cigarettes that wants to hurt people. But tobacco is grown and it's pure. It's good for the nervous system when for to calm yourself down when you have a bad day. My father God told me that nothing's wrong with the cigarettes as long as you get it pure tobacco. And just as well as a cigar and chewing it. You can't have cancer serums that they put in it from the scientist's office or that they make it at, as well as the addiction that they get from making it at the lab and putting it in cigarettes, tobacco, cigarettes, cigars, or whatever. You have to find a good tobacco place to buy only really tobacco. And some people are one reason they're not going to have those type of cigarettes in their store. And then you got to ask God, is it okay to buy that pack of cigarettes over at the place? Because they got some people still doing mean things to cigarettes and maybe cigars too. You don't know. But tobacco, I saw TV a lot of times and I saw how they plant the tobacco plant. And they put it in the ground and they grow it and they sell tobacco. That's something God put on the earth for anybody want it. He says for humans. But the reason why your lungs is black because of the cancer, if you catch the wrong, you get into the wrong store and it's not a good store that's selling good tobacco. So you could get cancer, you could get addiction to it and whatever they wish to put it into the tobacco. But tobacco is from God, not the cancer and not the addiction. It's what people do to their food and products that makes it not good to have. And it could be food. They got things in food in the stores that should not be in the food, like processed fat and all that. That's not natural. So you could be getting sick from cancer anywhere, not just from tobacco. They could put it in anything and you could get sick. But they should not hurt people with that. But tobacco is no problem to have. God says for us. It's just that people is polluting his products that he put into the ground, his plants and all those things that hurt people. But that's why you have to talk to God and ask him if it's okay to buy something over here or to eat that or to drink this. Because even I learned from myself experiencing some of the wines have saline in it. Because I know how it tastes because the doctors put that in my body to hurt me. The hundreds and all that range that works in the hospitals out here. So I know Yeah, saline is supposed to be in the breast, but they're sticking us with it, telling us it's for the pressure or for other things, and giving the shot. So by me seeing my pressure going up, I knew that they were trying to hurt me with that. So they put it in a wine. If you're drinking a bottle of wine, your pressure go up, it's not a good wine. And if you know about saline and you tasted before, like I did, you know it's in a wine. I tried 2 different bottles and they had it in the wine. So you don't know what you have out there. So it's not to hate on one thing. We got a lot of things out here that people have done to our products, our food products, and our cigarettes and even weed. God said weed is for us as long as it's pure. They got something out here that people calling weed, and it smells awful. It makes you, oh Lord, I don't want to sit around the person with it. And then it be coughing like a fool. Now, God ain't got no weed that making you coughing and making you feel sick, and then it stinks like hell. Now, I smelled weed before when I was going to high school. I ain't never smelled nothing like that. I smelled weed and it didn't stink. But this stuff is awful, and they think, okay, I don't smoke cigarettes no more, so they figure they're not gonna get cancer. But they got something in that stuff that they do smoke that they call weed that's killing the throat. God said it's gonna kill your throat. And I told these men out here to don't smoke that. That stuff ain't no weed. Ain't no weed on the earth. I smell like that until now. It's coming out the stores, yeah, because they're selling to the people in the store. Nah, that's not good to have. But I hear a lot of people say, I don't smoke no more. I saw weed, so they trying to say the cigarettes are bad, but the weed is good, but no, not that one. So guess what? God said get pure weed if you're going to smoke weed. Smell it. Smell it and make sure that it don't have no chemicals in it. Because there ain't nothing like that smell. It's not nothing like weed. I smelled a long time ago. That stuff is awful. They be far away smelling that. I be far away, and I'm seeing somebody way over on the corner, and it's flying in the air. It's so strong and smelling awful. But they like that. It's something, and they making them high. Probably some chemicals, that they dumped in there and said it was weed. Well, ain't no weed got you coughing more than you're puffing on it. You coughing and you can't get to enjoy it if it is for you. That's not for you if you're coughing. Ain't no weed that God have making you cough and choke half of the time you're puffing on it. How can you enjoy something like that? And it stinks too. Probably have your clothes smelling awful. So you can't be knocking one thing, the other thing. Smoking is awful. I don't smoke no cigarettes no more. I smoke weed. And everybody saying like there's something wrong with the cigarettes. But something wrong with that weed you sitting right there smoking. It's awful. So check yourself and stop knocking one thing and get rid of that thing that's really killing you. You know it's killing you, and something wrong with it. It stinks. And God don't have stinky weed. I never smoked. I never smelled nothing like it. But they say they smoke it. It's all right with them, but the cigarettes, we don't smoke no more because we got weed. Yeah, okay. No, not the tobacco, what God had did. And no, not the weed, but get the right thing that's pure and unto the Father from the ground. And test it out and make sure it's true tobacco and not cancer or anything in it. Or make sure the weed is true weed and not anything in it. You gotta smell that stuff. And that don't smell like no weed. It makes you sick to tell you the truth. I can't get comfortable feeling sitting there. And then he be coming and sit by you with it. I said, Lord, won't you go over there with that? Because you killing me with that smell. I'm not trying to put that in my system as you doing. That weed or whatever it is got a high type of product in it and make you high. It ain't gonna do you good in the future, I'm telling you. So, you can't knock what God put on the earth. He did put the tobacco plant, he did put the alcohol plant, and he did the weed plant. But you got to get it pure. Y'all buying anything out there, if it don't smell right, something wrong with it. And people should know how weed smell. Everybody used to smoke it in the 70s. So you should know how it smells and it's not like that. And you got to watch where you buy the cigarettes. The tobacco, people need cigarettes, God says, to calm their nerves down. Because if you notice when they be upset, they smoke a cigarette, it calms down if you pay attention to people. And it's for the cleaning substance, impurities out your body. So it is good for your body, but not the cancer that they put in it or addiction. Now, when the doctor show you your lungs, and you better hope that's your x-rays, because they'll show you any damn thing. This shit might be some dead people lungs. They tell you got cancer so they can take your shit out. But you know, I don't trust those doctors no more. They dirty. Many of them, they are not right, especially foreigners and used to be the whites. I think they cooled out and ran off somewhere. I don't see them no more. But you better watch that. But the lungs that people saw a long time ago that was black, they say it's cancer, okay? But it's cancer that was in cigarettes that they were smoking probably around the area they was. You know, the area they were smoking it. So I guess you would have cancer if you're in a neighborhood or store that's selling it in their cigarettes. But you have to go some places like around the rich people, you know. They tobacco stores don't sell that, and I know that because they got the best, okay? And even though you get it from a white man, the weed, you still got to get a block from them and smell it too. Because if you don't smell no chemicals and smell like pure weed, and you should know what it smells like, it's good. But they got something in that bag you buy and you smell it and it don't smell nothing but strange. And not like condition, you know, weed. Something wrong with that weed you buying. And, you know, and the drinks, if your pressure is going up a lot and you have a funny taste in your wine, then you got something wrong with that wine. If you eating that food and getting unhealthy, you got something in that food. So y'all better stop knocking one thing and look at everything and test it, because people put all kind of things and everything out there. So don't knock what God created for us to enjoy. Just test it out. Make sure you're going to somewhere like the rich people store. They got the best. And you got no problem coming in right now. They're not like they used to. They don't have no problem coming in the store because their own people not buying them all like they used to. So they be glad to see our African American and Italian people. And then you can go to an Italian store, and I know Italian people got good stuff. So watch what you buy. It's all about what you buy and where you buy it at. So make sure, don't knock the cigarettes and you smoking some stinky shit that you like and coughing like a fool. You barely can puff because you're coughing so much. I see people look at what they're doing. Something wrong with that stuff they call weed and it's stinking like hell. Oh Lord. I said that was nothing about, hey, what kind of weed is that? He called weed. Well, guess what? Must be some homemade stuff in the lab that's killing you. But God did say your throat gonna get messed up if you keep on taking that in. So stop being cheap on yourself and buy the best and go where the best is at. That's all. Don't hate on nothing because everything's messed up out here. Everything all over the world is messed up. So be chill, you know. Don't hate nobody if they smoke cigarettes. Oh, I don't smoke cigarettes. I smoke this. Look, ain't nothing wrong with the cigarettes as long as they got cancer and anything, a cardboard or whatever they put in it. Just let people have their way. You do that, they do this. Don't hate on it and don't judge them. Okay? Even the food, you might have processed food. They might be eating good food. You got goddamn grease that's not even real coming out your food into your body. Okay? Don't judge. Just let God minister to them if they're doing something that could hurt them. Okay? Don't judge nobody. And don't be hating. Say, I don't smoke no cigarette. I smoke weed. Yeah, you smoke that stinky stuff. When you talk to me next time, you go, he gonna have no throat to talk to. He gonna be like, I always say, I told you, don't judge those cigarettes because you smoking so stinky weed. Look at you can't talk. So don't judge. Don't be judging, okay? Bye. Y'all have a good day.